Peut-être c'est nous utile check on the book. Let me check the sound. Hold on. Give me a few seconds. I have to finish the ad. I cannot skip it. And there's another one, but I can skip it. So done. Damn, it sounds loud as well. Gotta try to speak accordingly. Let's continue from where we left off with this Egyptian art. As a matter of fact, well, it doesn't make any difference anyway, does it? Slightly larger. Oh, it's all right. Full screen is okay. Yeah, so far so good. This is Amenemhat III. If you want to dissect, the name is Imen M. Hat. And we have his head nearby. Amenemhat Ankh, civil servant from Crocodilopolis in the Fayum area during the reign of Amenemhat III. Oh, okay. I did not distinguish it, but so here you will have the relief facing towards the right, then the Senate game, then the report of water, the owl, the front of the lion, and the loaf of bread. And at the bottom, we do have the ankh with the two phonetic complements. Let me see how it shows. How does it look? On my screen is okay. On the YouTube screen, it's not that well, but I think after the live stream, it looks better. I want to have a look. Well, it's okay now. Full screen. Yeah, could be worse. No name for this man. 1400, 1800 BC. Now they actually all have the same gesture, don't they? And that one is special here because you see this? A very famous glyph. But this time you do see what could be no other than the offerings. For us to guess, I would say that this part, at least this part, is in alabaster. Senpu, chief of the. Let me look at this word because. Okay, supplying. So chief of the office of supplying, and he is around his family. The hand is just extremely large here. You have to wonder if it wasn't on purpose. Well, that's Hotel Dinesu. In Poo, then I cannot tell what we have there. Then we have Usir, Kemet um, nTr Nebabju. We do have some glyphs actually at the bottom, at these two levels, this one and this one. Well, it looks like there was some here. I'm not 100% sure, but here we definitely have some glyphs. Senpu. This might be the same individual. No. Cube statue of Ser. He was an employee in the office of the échanson, that's the word for uh, the cupbearer, probably from Abydos. Hotep Dinesu Wapuaut, Raneb. It's funny, isn't it? Raneb Abju. And from the right to the left, starting from the middle, Hotep Dinesu, Usir Neb Abju. It looks like the stool and the loaf of bread. Then we have the wick. So it looks like, well, it is actually because there, it doesn't show too well, but this is the bolt or the lock. This is the hand. I'm sorry. This is the basket with the handle, and this is obviously the mouth. So we have Ptah Saker. Now, here looks like the eye, but I don't know what was before. And this is of course the nature glyph. Um, Now I don't know what this was or what this is, but this is Necheru, and then we have Imi, and then it looks like the chisel, but I'm not really sure. And as you can see, the bottom is it's not easy to distinguish really. I mean, here we have Het Nebet, Neferet Wabet, NKN, and then something. But for the most part, it's not very easy. So we have a lot of glyphs, a lot of artifacts with the glyphs, where the glyphs will appear way clearer. Statue of Eoi 13th dynasty. Now here we have a wooden coffin. And this part looks way better. Now this time here, we have Hotep Dinesu. Now I'm tempted to say that this is a tomb, but there's no loaf of bread inside. Now, could it be Ra'atum? Then we have henna. I would say this is a stool, but it looks like we have the part there, like the spinal part of the spinal cord. So could it be imaket F? But anyway, it look like I don't know exactly what this is because it looks like a hand, but with closed fist. So we have the determinative of a lady. So probably it's imaket. Um, the top we just have, we cannot really see the sedge, but this is obviously Hotep Dinesu, Usir Neb Jedu, Neter Neb, and then it has to be Abju because we see the shizo, and here we can see the bottom of the foot. Now here we have the hand, the lasso, the star, the vulture, with the phonetic complement appearing in the front, and the viper, the horned viper. So that spells Dua Mutef, and we have the determinative of the seated person with the beard. And at the bottom, we do have the word henna. It's a shame I didn't have the artifact. Now, this is too blurry. This is too blurry for me to go through. Stela of the general Nesumuntu between 1900 and 1800 BC. The general is talking about his expeditions in the Middle East under the kings Amenemhat I and Sesostris I. Reference C1. That's just a close up. Oh, now here looks better. Well, here we have Inek, men, then we have the leg. So I think it's like, well, never mind, never mind. This is the reading. Then we have Iker, somebody who had firm legs, basically, something like that. It was someone with firm legs. Here we have Uru, Heset, okay. Look at this here. Now we have Usil, and here we have NKN. And this is probably the first time that I see the N, the ripple of water, written vertically when really it is always horizontally. Now, usually the first N will be above the car and the second N will be below the car, you know. But I'm sure that those of you who have went through several texts would agree that this is quite unusual. And it's not only the water wave, but after that we have Imak, and then we have the owl and the mouth. And look at the shape of the mouth; it is also vertical. You see. So Imir, Mesha, Menchu, Hemet F Merit F, Hemnecher, Menmat. Okay, I cannot tell the rest. It's not that clear. For the record, look at the lips and the nose. This is probably like 1800. You know, usually the older and the more obvious the phenotype is. So let's see the date. If I was to guess, I say 1900, 1800 BC. Oh, unluckily, I did not take a picture of the reference. Now we have another artifact that I think looks very clear. So I'm going to use this one for the next thumbnail. Now, the cartouche is very long. And you see how well these glyphs look? Now, we have a regnal year. So it looks like year 17 of that ruler. Now, usually in the Sud-BT and Sahara, that would be outside of the Chenu, but this time it is inside. It's a very long cartouche. The Sud-BT, I would say Keperkara, Necher Nefer, Nebtawi. Those things usually are outside of the cartouche. Sahara, Senuseret, Ankjet, Hotep Dinesu, Inpu, Tebjuef, Hotep Dinesu, Usir, Genet Imentiu, Necher A, Neb Abju, Hotep Dinesu, Upuawet, Upuaut, Inpu, Neb Tadjeser, Dinecheru Im, Abju, okay. HM T, Heneket, most likely. K, Aped. I don't know about this one here. Okay, here we have the same. We have the ox's head here. But that one looks like the lasso, but I'm not sure if that's what it is. Then we have Sesh Menechet, Hotepet Jefau, Het Nebet Wabet Neferet, Ankt Im, Ankt Necher Im, and Imak. I don't know that glyph. It looks like the tongue though, but the top should not look like that. I mean, doesn't usually look like this. M Peret M Met Necher A Her Hotepet M. I don't know that part. Necher Pen M Heb. This looks like the head in a chair, but not sure that's what it is. And we have a child. We have a boat at the top. The F Henna Necher A M. Well, we have the boat again, and we have Necher Er Peker. This is a place. This is a city. They did an F Awi M. Maybe we are, but the boat again. Here, I don't know that glyph here. Imenet, I don't know the one at the top. So here we have Emir and we have the glyph for Sepat, but at the top, I'm not familiar with that one either. Then we have Ha-ek, Er-ek. Anyway, I'm not going to read the whole thing. We need a lot of reading. Now at the bottom, that's a shame. Doesn't show too well. It seems that it was common for the ladies to wear green dresses. Pay attention from now on, because we have that a few times earlier. When I say earlier, it's like, over the course of time, as I went through all these different pieces of art from ancient Egypt. So this is the stela of the chief of the hearing room, and he is called Sasepdu. During the reign of Sesostris I, between 1900 and 1800 BC. That one looks nice as well. It actually looks very nice. There's no color, but look at the phenotype. Look at the lips there. And here as well. Some people say, well, it doesn't mean anything. وتبدين سوسير خنت إيمنتيو نتشر نب أبجو the F. Um, is that the loaf of bread here? He might be called Nebu. We'll see. Sen F Imen M hat Sen F. Yes. Not sure how you read that name. Then we have Senet F. Oh, the name is here. Is Henu. Henu. You remember Henenit the Black? Well, we have the Huik. This is the glyph of the plant, and then we have the um, ripple of water, and then we have the vase or the pot. Okay, different relatives. Now let's see the artifact. And I was correct. It is instead of the employee of the office called Senbu. Well, they've put Senbu, but Senebu, you know. Well, they actually wrote it. Um, yeah, okay, fair enough. Senbu, Senbu. Basically, they didn't put the vowel E between those two consonants there. The date was around 1950 BC, reference C31. Now, hey, we're lucky, because we have some very clear glyphs here. Imaki, Kher, Usir, Khenet Imentiyu, Neb Abjiu, Kher, Wepwaut, Neb Abjiu, Intef, Neb, Emir, NF, Sa. Uh, would it be Sawi F? I don't recall seeing the dual form of Sa. Oh, actually, yeah, they have a way, and they can say Sa F. So it might mean the son of his son. That's what it is. Because I really don't recall ever seeing a dual form for Sa. And then Mer F and Set Ib F. Okay, kind of a poetic way of saying affection. Repa Hatia Nesu M Esmet. I don't know. Then we have Repat. Oh, Repat. Okay. We have a lady noble. And we have the mark of the pro. So maybe some ladies who are nobles. Now it looks like someone with the bound, with the hands bound in the back. So hefty. There's another word as well. Okay, I'll leave it there. I'm gonna try to read it off. Doing it on the fly, as you can see. Oh, unfortunately, I didn't have the description for the previous one. Now this one I would say I'm not sure it's very old. What indeed. See, a lot of time when you have artifacts like that, I don't know what material it is. Maybe diorite. Let's see. No, it's another material. Um, a lot of time I've noticed that they are from the late period. So even from the name, you can tell that this is not indigenous. Indigenous. Now, Sidon, that's Lebanon. So this is a sarcophagus of someone called Esh Eshmunazor the second, and is the king of Sidon. Egyptian sarcophagus, site era, reused in Phoenicia. The king brings the attributes of the rulership of Egypt. The nemes, the hairstyle, the fake beard, and he wears they call it pectoral, but something on his chest, and we can see the falcon's heads at the extremities. And on the cover, there is the longest inscription, longest Phoenician inscription of Persian era known. Initially, the inscription must have been engraved on the part where the cover, for lack of a better word, was located. Oh, well, here you have some Phoenician writing. Now, we have Chico Mohammed who's saying, did this man write any books or publish any treatise? Who is this guy on this subject matter? You know what? Every time I live stream, you have the same person who comes in, try to say that either is boring or try to criticize me. And it's always some anonymous and unidentified person. And but as usual, it's like a tradition. I block the person and then he goes by his business. So it feels like he has that need, that passion to come in and just throw salt in my game. Why don't you call in? If you're a man, just call in and show your face and let's talk. You have the right not to like Kemet. You have the right not to like ancient Egypt. You have no obligation to like me or appreciate me. But you will never be tired of just coming and making a sideways slick statement like that. Do you feel like you're achieving anything? Anyway, that comes with the territory. That comes with the territory. Well, at least I can read from the glyphs. I'm familiar with the language. What language are you familiar with besides English? So, yeah, no content at all on this channel. Not a single video, nothing at all. And there it is. You're gone. And it's funny because it's question like, did he write any book? So if I write some book about a subject, then that makes me someone reliable or something like that. That's so funny. That's so funny. That's why I guess in different communities, or you have some people who wrote so many books, and sometimes it's just funny. But it is what it is. So here anyway, we have some Medu here, okay, and here we have the Phoenician, the ancestor of the Hebrew language. Some will argue. And if we look at the description, statue of the pharaoh Osorkon the first, hieroglyphic cartouche in the name of the pharaoh, surrounded by an inscription, by a Phoenician inscription, in the name of Eli Baal, king of Byblos. That's interesting now. It's made of quartzite and it's during the end of the 10th and the beginning of the 9th century BC from Byblos. Now, Byblos, where is it again? Oh, oh, I got a message I want to listen to. But Byblos is it Lebanon as well? Yes, it's a city in Lebanon. Now, what's the etymology of Byblos? Etymology. Byblos, modern Jabil, also spelled Jubail or Jebel, biblical Greek, I'm sorry, biblical Jebal, ancient seaport, the site of which is located on the coast of the Mediterranean Sea, about 20 miles north of the modern city of Beirut, Lebanon. It is one of the oldest continuous inhabited towns in the world. The name Byblos is Greek for papyrus, um, received its early Greek name Byblos, Biblinos, from its being exported to the Aegean through Byblos. Hence, the English word Bible is derived from Byblos as the papyrus or book. Okay. Just give me a few seconds so I can check my message. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I think I forgot to mute it when I started listening to the message. I want to listen. So, hold on. Yeah, I forgot to mute it. Just the beginning. But it's okay. Um, yeah. So if you look at the name, Eli Baal, we have Baal, one of the main deities of these people who inhabited Canaan and the surrounding areas. And we have Eli as well. So we have El being the supreme Canaanite deity. Okay, from which Elohim derived, and ultimately Allah as well, because Allah is a combination of Al and Ilah. See, Al, I mean Ilah, El, that's the same thing. Um, I don't know. I'll put a close up of this. Now, I don't know if I lost a picture. Um, but this part is apparently from Medi, who was a chancellor. Why do I only have close-ups? I don't know. Now, instead of Intep during the reigns of Hatshepsut and Thutmose the fourth, I'm sorry, the third, that around 1400 BC. Well, I really don't know what happened with me, but I took pictures I made close-ups only, and normally I take a picture of the full artifact. Same here. I don't know. Maybe I was tired. I really don't know what happened with me now. Yeah, but that's towards the end. Now we might have the name of the person, Abel de Pujol, something like that. 1827 apparently. The ankh is on the floor. This lady kind of has a darker shade, and then this is an ancient Egyptian. Uh, well, of foreign descent, most likely. That's probably a division of some Macedonian or Greek or maybe Roman. Who knows? But that's just the walls, the ceilings painting. Or is it the end now? So I have to open the other folder. Bear with me. Up. It is. So now, next folder. This one I can close. Okay, let me share so we can have a look at the next folder. Now, for those who don't know, there's a very famous pyramid at the Louvre Museum, but there are also 3 pyramids around it, and that's one of them. A nice looking artifact here. Usir Henet Imentiu Neter A Heka Jet. Judging by the lips here, I would say that's quite ancient. I would say that's not late period. It is a little bit blurry, but we have the typical offering formula. Here it looks like ak em pet rech ra user em ta cher geb ma cheru em. Now that's Medu Neter fully. Okay. I mean fully spelled, if you will. Cher usir. Now we have chau m, and here we have Senecher. I don't know which one that would be, because we just have this jar with water flowing out. But then you have irep. Then it looks like iretet. Yes, iretet. So milk. Okay, wine, milk. And at the bottom is getting just more blurry. So I'm not gonna spend too much time. So this is a priest Pent Cheni adoring the god Osir around 1450 BC, middle of the 18th dynasty, and his name is here. Oh, hold on. They've put Pent Cheni. Now it's very strange because here it is blurry, but it definitely looks like the 049 glyph, the Newt glyph. That's what it looks like to me. But that's his name here that is spelled, and we have the determinative of the seated person. So it's a first case. If anybody wants to, not necessarily now, but at any time, if anyone want to give their take on this, why do we have, in your opinion, why do we have the nude glyph followed by the seated man? Well, Hotep Dinesut Usir, Nebjedu, Necher A, Her, Ib, and that one I don't know. Uh, is that a different form of the chisel? Because the rest definitely is the rest of the spelling of Abju. The Efperet Cheru, Ka Aped, Chet Nebet, Neferet. Well, I guess that stands for Wabet. That's the same that we had earlier. Not 100% sure. But we have the loaf of bread, and then it looks like lime, but that has to be the reaper of water. So earlier, uh, it might have stood for Wabet as well. Now, Wabet, I'm more familiar with the one where we can clearly distinguish the vase on top, or the pot that stands for in or nu, with the water flowing out. Then we have Ankt Necher Im, and then would that be Imenu? Let's see the name, hopefully. So, cup bearer. Let me check that you call that cup bearer in English. You might have another word. Um, yes, cup bearer. The cup bearer, Uhem Menu, offering something to drink to the great intendant, Iyat, who is at the table in front of his Mia, around 1550 BC. Oh, I thought it was a relief, but it's actually the bovides leg. So that stands for uhem. Uhem menu. Princess Yahetep or Yahotep between 1600 and 1550 BC. Several princesses have successively carried that name. Oh, this is the Prince Yames. I remember him. Yes, I remember him. Sanesu Yames. I don't even know if I noticed that his name was around the belt area. Uh, Now, okay, a prince, someone labeled a prince was not necessarily the son of the king in Kemet. Okay, now statue of the Prince Yames between 1580 and 1570 BC, end of the 18th, I'm sorry, 17th dynasty. And here, well, it's funny because well, here it's talking about it says Sat Nesut, but then it says Yames Onkti, and usually when you have Onkti, that would be for a female. Take that with caution. I don't know why we have the alphabet there. In Senet F, Sank, Ren F. So it is his sister that has kept his name alive. Anyway, even at the back, you have some Medu Neter. Peut-être Dinesu, peut-être quer Usir, or peut-être quer Osiris. Whoa. Nebet Neferet Onct Necher Im Sen NKN Sa Nesu Yames. Okay. Another 10 minutes and I'm done. When there's no participation, I just do an hour and I say that bounce. So actually, it's very well sculpted. Here you can see the remnants of the coloring, the red ochre around here as well, here also. Jehuti Nefer, he was a scribe and an accountant of the cattle of Amun and his wife Benemeb. Well, it looks like it's made of gold. We have the glyph for Mesha here. As a matter of fact, we have the tongue at the top, which is an abbreviation for Emir. So we have Emir Mesha, Messi, I'm sorry, Hessi. Now I don't know if that at the top it looks like the loaf of bread. Loaf of bread, my bad. Like the water wave. Okay. Um, so we have Nechel Nefer, Ir En, Neb Tawi, Ka. Is it KF Nesu or KF Su? There's some glyph there, so I cannot tell, but we will see. Maybe that's the person. Well, maybe he's talking about his car. I don't know. Now we have some fishes inside there. Well, let's see what the description says. It's a cup in the name of the general Jehuti. Now, we do have the word for general. The name Jehuti must be somewhere else. Now here, that's Het Heru or Hator. We can tell because of the cow's ears. Jehuti Nefer, intendant of the wife of the god, that was a title back then, presenting an emblem of the goddess Hathor, probably during the reign of Hatshepsut because they put a question mark, around 1400 BC. I don't know if this is a baboon here or some type of ape, so that might stand for Jehuti. Let's see what the description says. Senmut, advisor of the Queen Hatshepsut and architect of her temple in Deir el Bahari. Uhem Pat Tawika Nesut Sesh Nesu, and then Mer F. Oh, here we have the ibis bird. So we have Jehuti. Okay. So this is a verse where it says, what the sky gives, what the earth creates, for the faithful scribe of the king who loves him, Jehuti. Okay, Dedet Pet. Oh, that one, I mean, it's one of the most beautiful stela in the Louvre Museum. You don't necessarily see it from here, but the glyphs look very nice. And this is also quite old. I think it's probably around 2000 BC. Unfortunately, when I zoom, I don't have a very, very clear view. Well, no, I was off 500 years, but this is 1400 BC, you know. So it's a shame that it's because I wanted to have the full artifact. That's why when I zoom in, then it doesn't show that clear, you know. But maybe I did some close-ups. Let's see. Yes, I did. How lovely. So now there's so much vocabulary that you will see here. It's really great for learners. See. So here we have unen nefer ma'achiru, necher a, at f, this I cannot tell. We have hat, inpu, imut, tep, ju f, tajeser, di sen, pereret, nebether. I don't know if this is just Jeff. Is it? Does it stand for Jeff out here? But we have an offering table anyway. So maybe something. Is that does that stand for Hotep as well? I forgot. I think I came across that glyph though. Then we have Sen again and Araneb and Eb and M. Then we have the Tep. And if I continue in the line underneath, we have Sesh E Neb Heb E Neb. Um, is it Ak? Then there's the determinative of the legs, and we have the loaf of bread. But I think this is the bilateral act with the phonetic complement of the here. Then we have sen again. Then we have, it looks like it's the papyrus scroll between the relief and the S. And because we have the pair glyphs, I presume it says is pen. So it's talking about a tomb. Then we have nHerit Neter, Meru, Ankh S. Yeah, it's getting technical here. Okay, well, the glyphs look so nice here. Here we have the word Semeru and probably Wati. This I think stands for Yat. So the word is in plural form here. Those glyphs look so nice. But anyway, you see, you can compare with this, but it's not the scribe's fault. It depends on the preservation conditions. Manachtef, chief of the supplying of the king during the reign of Amenhotep II, around 1400 BC, found in Medamud. And here we have Keperu and Ra, or something like that. In Medamud, I think that's where you have the some sort of temple dedicated to the nTr Todd. Or Muntu, something like that. How long has it been now? Okay, 59 minutes. Okay, so well, a nice hour going through these artifacts. There's a few seconds left, so for those who are there, even if you don't participate in the chat or you don't call in, at least make sure that you hit that thumbs up. And if you know some people interested with the Medu Neter, then let them know that we can go through some artifacts together. You understand? And for those who want to take it further, I'm giving classes. And when I give the classes, that's not how I teach Medu Neter. It's not by just going through artifacts and just reading them. You notice that for the most part, I don't really translate. I'm just doing some reading, not translation. You do have the glyphs, the hieroglyphic transcript, the transliteration, the pronunciation, and the translation. So it's not like I do now at all. So stay safe, stay healthy, and if I'm allowed to by the nature, I will definitely holler back at your hotel. Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving Medu Neter classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video, Kemet and Ma'at, before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more. I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Medu Neter class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Medu Neter lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had ever. So if you're interested in learning the Medu Neter,
If you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody's interested in learning the Medu Neter, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome, awesome, awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medu Neter classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how, involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class. And all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medu Neter class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at for my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/ma'atforever.